It's time to wake up. Pay attention. Let me move y'all down a little something, 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 so y'all can see me. As a matter of fact, as usual, let me move a little closer. So now, I don't have to explain. This is part 3 or 4, something like that, of hand to hand, two, like also two, but this is like part 4 or 3, somewhere around there. So anyway, what I'm doing, these first videos, I would like to give just a basic idea of some of the hand movements and the different things we do with the hand, because the actual lessons start with breathing, which is called Qi Gong or Qi. Wait a minute. Qi Kung or Qi Gong. Breathing exercise or breath work. So we start out with that first, along with standing meditations. So, excuse me. So those will be that will be the actual first lessons. But I just wanted to give you a basics of the hands, because I'm going to get into the books soon. That's like a whole nother segment called The Art of Life. Yes, I wrote a book. So, on this video, I actually wrote some stuff down that I want to say so I won't forget it, because I look at my videos and be like, I forgot to say. Well, stop talking off the top of your head and write it down. Anyway, hand to hand. Now, this here is, remember, we are at E. It's up there. The I is actually pronounced E. Qing Dao Temple. I don't have temple on it. Of Kung Fu, or it should say healing. Kung Fu Yoga. So that should be good. And then Oracle. Ooh, the I Ching Oracle. So let's get down to business. So, the channel is called Kannabis Kung-Fu, but the name of the Kung Fu or the system is called Mari-HuAna, which translates as divine cannabis, or we say, since Margu is a female, we say divine Mari-HuAna Kung Fu or boxing, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the style of Kannabis Kung Fu or divine Mari-HuAna Kung Fu, right? So, Divine Cannabis Kung-Fu combines boxing because boxing, most Americans have seen boxers. We've seen Muhammad Ali, we've seen, um, uh, Mike Tyson, and, we've seen all these people, and we've seen how powerful boxing is. But that, as powerful as that is still a sport. You can't kick, you can't bite, you can't hit with the elbows, blah, 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 blah. So, but the basic concept still is that boxing is a fast way to learn how to fight on the street. So the what I combined from what I took from the Tai Chi is what's called internal power exercises. So the breathing, we have what you call static postures, we have what's called reeling silk. All these things strengthen the internal organs and the joints and the ligaments and the sinews, the stuff that keep the muscles connected to the bones and the joints connected to the other joints. And these exercises are pretty much not in Western. Everything is about lifting weights and pushing this and picking up that, and that's cool when you're young, but as you get older, if you've been learning internal exercises, you understand, you be good. Now I was poisoned, so I lost my teethuses, and I had a lot of problems with my bones swelling up, my knees giving out. The Marine Corps poisoned me, but I don't believe, I know for a fact that practicing of Tai Chi at that time, I'm only 8 months into creating this style. So the whole time I was practicing Tai Chi, it healed me from those problems that I had. I had problems when I came out the Marine Corps. Who poisoned me. Anyway, let's get to the point. And the point, yeah. Um, so the style is or comes from what when I was coming up we called it jailhouse rock or JHR, jailhouse rock. Nowadays, the brothers are trying to make it into a style. You understand? So they call it 52 blocks. So I didn't take everything from the I call it street boxing because that's where I learned it on the streets, in the street gangs, and the black assassins in the Bronx, in New York, blah blah blah. So the style is, well, let me show you from the beginning. You learn what's called either you can call it either the gates or the bars on the gates. Your hands here, it's not here, it's not here, like this. Come on, you wanna fight? And all this is open. The elbows are down, the arms or the hands are like this. So, but it creates a triangle. You don't want to have you don't want it too tight. Let me show you. Let me get my elbows. Let me push back a little, something, something. So, these are the bars. This is like the gate because the system, if I didn't say, comes from the jailhouse or the penitentiary. Where you go to jail for like a long time. So these are your bars or your gates. This is opening and this is closing. Now I don't remember if in the actual learning of jailhouse rock that we turn the hand out, but I'm taking that from the Tai Chi because if a punch is coming toward your face, say, as it's coming, as opposed to just blocking with my bone, I'm going to roll with the punch and roll it. I only need to go just outside of my head. My head, I might have a big head, but it's only this big. So I don't need to go way to, yeah, and again, leaving all this open. It's right here. Poof. You understand? Just a little bit. Poof. And I roll with it. I'm not going across because if the dude is bigger and stronger than me, I could hurt my own self, like just coming across his bone. So I roll with the puncher. That's one way, opening the gates. On both sides is opening the gates, and then you have closing the gates. Closing the gates. Well, I'll talk about the elbows. Now, see why I said the arms are like on a slant as opposed to here, because when you close the elbows, if you want to catch the fist coming in, you might hit your elbows. You'd be like, pow, you'd be like, oh, fuck. And as soon as you do, oh, you get punched in the fucking face. So it's like, it's like you're hitting with your elbow. You can do it outside too, but this is inside. Protect down here, so that's why even in Wu Style Tai Chi, the elbows point down, not up like this. They have people that fight in 52 and Jailhouse Rock. They got the elbows all up in the air. If it's a long fight, you're gonna get tired after a minute. Keep your elbows relaxed, but we keep the fist at least as high as the eyebrows. Well, I'll get into the yowls on another video. So, that's opening and close the gate. Then you have what's called the skull and bones. I might have some of the names mixed up, but anyway, whatever it's called. So I think that's like this. But in 52, you're trying to get your opponent to hit your elbow. Like if somebody, again, punching towards my face, I throw this up here and cover my face. Now, I can come here too, so my face is covered, my chin is covered, or whatever. And I put my fist here. I don't put it here because he can punch you or push you. If it's against your body, you understand? Only thing he'll push you back. You still got that distance between you. Anyway, this other part, this here is for a hook. But anyway, if I come here, I can come here. So if you throw and then throw down here, I still can protect down here. This is the water hand I was talking about. This would be the water hand. Somebody trying to hit down there. Pow! Pow! So what else is there? So this is, you're trying to get somebody to punch this. Then we have moves like this. Now that's a difficult move. You gotta be fast because the idea of doing this, tapping the elbows, is that if somebody's again punching at you, you're trying to smash the fist with your hand. The fist is here and you, pow! Ouch, that fucking hurts. Pow! Hit that shit. Now, the same technique is if you're hitting the chin, you're coming up like so. So that's poof, poof, up under here, poof. Now, as you can see, I can, instead of just 1, 2, 3, you understand, and even just I added punches, so even just my adding of punches, somebody could get used to you doing like this. But the idea behind Jailhouse Rock, at least the idea that I'm putting behind it, is that if your arms and hands are always in a different place, I could punch you from anywhere. I could be here and punch you there. I could be here and block and punch you there. Or one punch that I took from 52 is this overhead. I grab or block your or neutralize your fist, and as I grab it and pull it back, I'm coming over on the top of your head. So all these different things are incorporated into the cannabis or the divine Kannabis Kung-Fu. So why I keep saying this is the style, because in Tai Chi, this is the style. Now look, when I in this style, when you punch, I'm gonna use the boxing um, way of punching. You know, I'm gonna lift the shoulder slightly, and I'm gonna drop the chin. In Tai Chi, that's like you're breaking the line, and you have to fight like like you're a robot, like this is just one blah 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 blah. No, that's why you understand, get some rhythm and all that type of shit. And it's based, or at least the concepts comes from Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. You understand? Because before that, I took karate, and well, I took my grandmother. How I started, my grandmother taught us kicking and knocking, and then when I was in the street gangs, we was doing the jailhouse rock, and then later on I started the Tai Chi, and I taught Tai Chi for a while. So, but that's like the foundation. There's other movements in the system, in the style. That's what I was saying. This is our style. The street boxing is the style of the system. There's a whole system because there's foods and herbs, so there's a whole system. But the style, the divine cannabis kung fu, is based on 52, which makes seven. So if you was a 5%er like when I was coming up back then, seven is a deep number. Let's just leave it there. So what else did I want to talk about? We not too bad, only at 17 minutes. So Jailhouse Rock is the basic style. So you have Tai Chi, which is about waves and circles. You have Bagua, which is circles and based on abstractly based on the I Ching. And then you have Xing Yi, which is straight lines. So those are the styles. The style is the way you do the combat. You understand? So I've combined this street boxing with the internal power exercises that I learned in Tai Chi. So it's not really just boxing anymore, and it's not Tai Chi anymore. Because like I said, as soon as I lifted my shoulder and you know and dropped my head, broke the rules of Tai Chi already. You're supposed to fight like but faster, and it works. But you know how long it would take to I'm a move 1,000 pounds with 4 ounces. It takes a little while to learn that. I have a 10-month course. Now, even before the 10 months, if you're practicing, you will be efficient with the boxing. But I made it 10 months because of the internal kung fu side. In 10 months, you're going to see a difference in yourself because the boxing, say for instance, is also fitness. You understand? Push-ups on your knuckles, your hard shit, not no easy. Ooh, dabbing the bong and ding dong, nah. You understand? All day long, just moving around like you just smoked a blunt or a pipe. Anyway, you understand? So that's like the fitness side too. Jump. Oh, no, we don't bounce. But I'll get into all that. And then, we do all that type of exercise. Any exercise that makes you sweat or make you breathe hard, da 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 da, in this system would be done first. Push-ups, jumping, if you do jumping jacks, whatever, whatever. I'm a put down what I call the 110 or the hour and 10-minute workout that goes with this system. But anyway, but one of the main things in the workout is that first you do all your internal stuff. Excuse me. First you do all your hard stuff. Do the hard stuff first. Work, put some work into it. And then you replace your energy because when you sweat, that's giving off chi. When you're giving off chi, da 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 da. So you give yourself a little break, 15, 20 minutes, and then you do your breathing, your slow qigong. This is not like running breathing. Slow breathing, standing meditation, reeling silk. These are all internal kung fu exercises. So this video. So I was saying that's the system. Oh, that's the style. And then I talked about the change in fists because we have 5 fists or 5 hands in the style: the earth, the fist, the knife, da 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 da. So I pretty much went over most of this, what I have written here. Yeah, I pretty much went over most of it. Our style in Kannabis Kung-Fu is not that we fight like we just smoked a chalice or a bong. That is the spirituality. I'm going to get into what that means. The cannabis is the spirituality of this style and of this system. But in one small sense, when we bring in the Tai Chi side of the system, it is actually like when you smoke a blunt, not a blunt. If you smoke a bowl or a chalice, which you call a bong, the idea behind most people that smoke is that it's going to make them relax. That's why your eyes get all sleepy. This is my real eyes. I'm not doing that. I don't think I'm doing it because I'm high. I've always had Chinese type eyes. But anyway, so, when you smoke, you get a little sleepy looking. And then the corners of your mouth turn up a little bit, like you just relax, and you relax. So those types of things we actually bring into fighting, even the smile. You actually, like, if somebody fight you, but you don't do it slow. Now, when you learn the first form, you're going to learn that slowly, just like Tai Chi. Practice it with breathing, practice it slow, blah, blah, blah. It's 64 movements, that's it. And then, after you know the 64 movements, then you start moving fast and add, the boxing movements and all that type of stuff. So, as I go through this on this channel, it'll all piece together. So I'm doing these long videos first, but after I get these videos done, most of the videos or the videos where I'm talking about the actual system, I'm going to keep within the algorithms of the YouTube. So there'll be 12 minutes. I'll try to do like 5 or so minutes up here in the house, and then I'll show what I was talking about outside in the back. So that'll be the 12 minutes. Plus I gotta play my music and my theme. I'm not technically technical, so there's a video. I want to put it on the beginning. I'm working on it. What can I say? I'm an old man and I need help with these type of things. Boy, what you doing, boy? Help me.